Well, g'day and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how, really what's behind the scenes of making a plumber get ranked. And I guess I'll show you some secrets. Let's just jump straight in. So here we go, plumber SEO strategy. So next slide, please, Google. Here we go. Okay, so first things first is, this slide should hopefully help you understand search engines and how they work and what needs to be, basically what goes into it, what's involved, all right? So a typical plumbing website that we usually get on as a new client has 3 to 5 pages. Now, how on earth are you going to outrank your competition with 3 to 5 pages, especially when these pages are home, about, services, contact, and maybe terms, or FAQs. God, if we're lucky, there's an FAQs. But that's typically what we get when a new client comes on board, 5 pages. We've got to turn those 5 pages into 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 as quickly as possible. So that's what typically happens when a new client comes to us, and that's the first thing we need to do, put a content plan in place. Now, that content plan is actually based on the services that you do. We need a page for every single service that you do, even the cities. So when I talk about what location do you want to be in and what location do you want to be in and what service are you doing, the location and the service are really important. I also talk about niching, because if you can't go all in on a core service and a core location, if you tell me that you want to be the biggest plumber in all of Queensland, but you've only got 5 trucks, dude, you cannot fulfill that, okay? So we need to get really clear on exactly where our business is going to go in the next 90 days and actually have a plan, because having a plan like being the #1 plumber in Queensland when we've only got 5 trucks and you want me to start giving you some leads from the top end to the bottom, I mean, you are going to be stretched, my friend, and we're going to be stretched too, because how are we supposed to, in 90 days, make an impact as big as Queensland? That's a massive task. We would have much better wins if we went small and local and absolutely dominated that local industry. Anyway, so these are the core things that I want to talk about today. Let's start here with plumbing keywords, and I'm going to share you a little secret, okay? So here's just some of the content that we need to write for your business if you're a plumber. It's a lot, isn't it? So again, let's say that you're in North Sydney and you're a plumber. So if you've just come to us with 5 pages, we now need to make North Sydney plumber. So that's one website, one web page. We then need to go North Sydney plumbers. We then want a web page on North Sydney water heater, hot water heater, bathroom renovations, North Sydney leak detection, North Sydney drain cleaning. This is just like 20 ideas, gas line repairs. These are just 20 ideas from a plumbing standpoint as to what you do. So the service and then the location. So this is just North Sydney. We then need to do this for Chatswood, let's say, or North Shore if you're in that sort of North Shore corridor of Sydney, the Sydney metro area. So can you see how, if you gave us the task of being the #1 plumber in all of Queensland, there's a lot of work to do. I mean, we can do it, of course. But if we started more niche, more isolated into a couple of core suburbs, we'd actually get there a lot faster, because the content we would publish each of these pages and Google would see it and go, my God, you guys are the specialists in Rockhampton for water heater and leak detection. Man, you've got so much content on your site. I'm going to send more traffic to you. The whole thing with digital marketing and SEO and AdWords is Google wants to award the best company the lead, the inquiry. I mean, Google is basically a bunch of customers trying to get what they want. And so it's your job as a business owner to make sure that your website is the best damn website that can, display to that customer, hey, I can see that you are searching for this. Google has sent you to us. We really hope that Google has sent you to the right website, and here's all our information. I hope that the two of us can do some work together. I mean, people are looking for someone like yourself. You just got to show them what you do, okay? So here's a little myth I want to bust when you're working with an everyday marketing company. So, I mean, we're talking plumbing here, right? So I've put all some plumbing keywords here. And now I'm talking about HVAC. Now, I don't know if your everyday marketing company, maybe the marketing company that you're working for, even knows what HVAC is. I mean, it's, a customer wouldn't go, oh, I need a HVAC specialist. But having a marketing company that has a track record that understands what type of trade business owner you are, that means, great, now we can go into the air ventilation process of a plumbing industry. So again, here's the thing. Here's another war story. We get someone on and there's none of this content, but then they're actually an air conditioning guy and none of this is in there either. So just making sure that your marketing company knows exactly who you are and what you do, and they don't just sort of nod and smile and hope for the best. Okay, so first things first, and my head's sort of covering a few, so I'm just going to read over the top of there. But yeah, typically what we get is home, about us, services, a coupons page, and a contact. But it's not enough, okay? We need to have all the, and on the right here, I'm just going to read suburb plus emergency plumber, suburb plus leak detection, suburb plus toilet repairs. We need to have the location and the service, what you do. The more of that we have on your website, the better Google can categorize your website and award you with customers, because literally that's all Google is doing. It is trying to help the two of you. It's trying to give that poor customer who's desperately needing a toilet repair, trying to give them someone that's actually going to turn up and do a toilet repair, not someone who's going to, come in their home and sell them an air conditioning unit. So typically that's what we get. We get sites that have got 5 or 6 pages and we obviously want to bolster that and add a lot more. Now, there's a big thing on here, and we've got this diamond grind site here. There's a big thing about a sales navigation, yeah? And so Diamond Grind is selling epoxy flooring, polished concrete, floor preparation. They're their 3 big niched things. So, of course, they belong on the navigation. It's not just about home and services and a big drop down. Again, if we want to go back here, if we need air conditioning, if we need more residential work, oh, there's a whole other topic there. Or if we're just pipe guys, if we're detecting, scanning for pipes, then that's the sort of stuff that needs to go on the top of your navigation. So if you're a commercial plumber, you don't want to just say home, commercial plumbing, services. You actually want to state the thing that you do for commercial plumbing. So you might be really into the warehouse plumbing and hooking up new warehouses or redoing or refitting warehouses. So I mean, you need to put that on the navigation, put that up the top there. I mentioned coupons there too. I mean, coupons are definitely a strategy, a sales strategy for plumbers. They don't, it gives people a reason to buy from you. So that's why you would put one in place. So don't just look at another plumber's website and go, oh, he's got coupons. Let's try that. Actually think about what you're doing here. Because if you're if you're providing a coupon, and then you actually do the work for the coupon price, you need to still make a profit. So you got to do your numbers. Don't just follow someone else's plumbing site and copy it and hope for the best. Okay, so here's a little background for the type of work that a marketing company should be doing. Someone like ourselves, every month, we need to make sure that every web page has a unique title tag. We need to make sure that we've got one H1. We need to make sure that we've got lots of images and the images have an alt tag text all filled out. We need to make sure that the URL actually has a keyword. We talked about anchor tests there on each image. Oh my God. I mean, when I do audits, I always find that the XML sitemap is not even existent. Now, this is all gobbledygook, right? Basically, all the tech work that needs to be done on your site, we do it, okay? Now, if you send this list to your marketer and you say, hey, has this been done on this page? Can you show me? Then by all means, that would be power to you. Now, here's a few examples, right? So typically, again, when we get a customer, it's just got Joe's Plumbing on it, not optimized like North Shore Plumber, Stefania, that's me. Stefania's North Shore Plumbing industry. So that's my new plumbing business. or like North Shore Repiping. So there are so many little things that need to be done to your site. And you don't have, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. It's like your bookkeeping. You shouldn't be doing that. Someone who's just doing that needs to do it really well. Same with the site. It's its own damn thing. I'm just showing you a bit more about optimizing title tags. You know, another great example here is North Shore Emergency Plumbing, 24 hours. You know, if you had an emergency page on your website, then that's what the title tag should be. So just giving you a few more options there. Of course, H1s. I hate sliding images on the banner. If anyone is trying to sell you a banner that slides, please tell them no. They just take up space. Why? So they take up space. It's low site speed. It also confuses the customer. Basically, you've got one job to try and take on that person. So you want to keep it nice and simple. So we spoke about navigation, pages, and flow before, but really, again, your website really should have a bit about yourself. Now, when a customer comes to us and they've actually got nothing, then we don't build that about page first, because that doesn't actually matter. What's more important is we get your suburb plus service page going, because that on your website and connected with Google is going to help Google categorize your business. Of course, once it's done and published, then we can do a fancy about page. But really, we should be doing all your service areas and your online specials and your locations first. So making sure that every single service that you do has a page. Again, I see so often that most tradesmen, business owners, builders too, they've just got one service page. Well, how's Google supposed to categorize that? That is simply what Google is doing. Now, I just wanted to put this one here. Your website is one website across all devices. So I can still see people selling a PC website, a iPad website, and a phone website. No. It's one. Just pay once and get it done. Okay, elements of conversion. So let's talk about these first things. A few of these are little elements that we always make sure we've got on. So giving a little bit away here. For the marketers watching that want to copy. Anyway, so phone, click to call, top right. It's got to be on the top right, and it's got to be big, okay? So phone number should be top right. Now, you should have an application page somewhere where you can send your customers so that they can apply to work with you. How is that? It's completely around the wrong way, right? How do you get someone to apply to work with you? I mean, really, doing your digital marketing provides you a queue of customers. And so when you have a queue of customers, you then want to pick and choose who you're working with. And that's why you got into business in the first place, right? So you want customers to apply to work with you. I love this. We installed it into a builder's website up North Coast, New South Wales, and his application form is insane, but only the best customers we'll fill it out. Actually, I was speaking to Michael, a plumber, the other day, and he is a 24/7 plumber, and he will answer the phone. But if you do not accept the call-out fee on the phone as quoted, then he will not get out of bed. And I think that is fair enough, because why should you, right? You got a family to take care of. Okay, quick tips again. So tips for optimization: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. That stuff should all be down the bottom, not up the top. So you definitely want to make sure that's happening. You want to make sure that there's a very clean link to all your online reviews. Google is the only place where you should be pushing for reviews. Stuff Facebook. Who cares about Facebook reviews? You want to get your Google reviews, because that is going to help you get categorized. And where are all these people searching for a plumber like you? In Google, not in Facebook. Okay, there's a whole other strategy for Facebook marketing that I will leave for another video, okay? So here again, just saying call to action, okay? There should be a very clear call to action. And you can see on the bottom of the right-hand side there's a phone number that asks the customer to call. Make sure you add photos. I had, Michael, again, had some really awesome photos from in his collection, which is fantastic. So the more photos that you got, obviously the more that we can use on your website. How many is enough? There's never enough. Every single time. I mean, look how many pages we have to write for your business. So I need a unique photo for every single one of those pages. So please keep taking photos. Keep taking before and after photos. Where were we? Here. Okay. Here's the why. Like, I can help, your about page. So make sure you've got some story and emotional connection. I mean, after all, People are making an emotional connection when they go to buy from you. Your website's job is to build rapport with that customer so that they do then make a connection and buy from you. I love the incentive at the bottom of the site. We call this a goodbye bar. Do you need a handyman in North Sydney? We've got all sorts of goodbye bars on our site. And again, really pushing the fact that your website needs to be mobile friendly, and it's one website. Yeah. You want to show, obviously, doing the digital marketing. This is where you want to turn up. You want to turn up in Google. So it's not AdWords, but what you can do, and I haven't got a pointer here, is see how we've got some images there. When SEO is working, when digital marketing is working, not only can you come up in the actual list there on the left, so 1, 2, 3, there's a review there, 4, 5, you can also come up in the images. There's all different types of ways you can show up in Google. That's just 2 ways. There are so many more ways. One of them is a map, the Google Maps, yeah? So this should be covered. Well, we cover this inside our Tradie Accelerate system. We get you in the locations, we get you in the images, we get you in the snippets, we get you in the maps. The more bites of the cherry that we can get for you, the better. That means the more the customer's going to go, wow, these guys are freaking everywhere. I think I should buy from them. So that's what you want. Now, of course, there's a whole element of link building. Again, I don't want to get too technical, but links to your website are basically, let's put it this way. You're in a school, and there's a popular kid, and he's the popular kid because everyone else wants to go to his birthday party. So if Google can see that all these websites want to point to you and link to you and come to your birthday party, then obviously you must be pretty cool. So we want to make sure that we've got some good links coming to our website so that we can get some proof to show that we are actually the best. Now, of course, if you're doing this yourself, you need to keep creating fresh content. Articles, blogs, more photos, more content, and not just editing one page again and again and again, which I have heard people doing. You actually want to create new content, new web pages. You want to have a nice big website. The bigger the better. But you can also come back to a post from 2017 or 2016 and edit it and make changes. Because if it's already ranking but it's not quite there yet, then very quickly we can jump in and go, hey, we need a video on this page. We need a slide deck on this page. We need some images. And we can get it from 6th to 3rd very quickly. So there's always quick wins to be found. You've just got to look. All right, so I'm going to finish here with my calendar and your next option. So if you want to take all my content from just now, perfect. Start doing it in your website. If you want to work with us or see what it's like to work with us, and put the next 90 days a plan in place, then you should totally connect with us. I'm going to leave a link in the video comments below, but also it's there. tradiesgo.com.au/hammer time. There's one of those application pages because we only want the best tradesmen. Well, we can only work with so many people because obviously, if we're in Brisbane and we're helping 10 plumbers all be the number one guy in Brisbane, well, there's only 9 listings per Google page. So one of my plumbers is going to miss out. So we don't want to do that. So that's why we have an application process too, okay? All right, well, hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, leave a comment below, give me some love, share it, DM me on Instagram. Let me know how you're going, ask me any questions. I'm always here to help. Until then, it's Steph from Tradies Get Online. Adios.